took just 5 weeks for American precision-guided bombs and special forces on horseback to chase the Taliban from power. So thoroughly was the Taliban dismantled that in February 2003, Afghan President Karzai scoffed at the possibility of a Taliban spring offensive.
I don't think that is going to happen. These guys are on the run. They're hiding.
But not defeated. Taliban leaders retreated into Pakistan, where they regrouped, and in 2006 launched a spring offensive which Ronald Newman, then the American ambassador in Afghanistan, described in this cable. We were surprised by the size of the forces employed. A revitalized enemy with its leadership secure in Pakistan mounted a major counterattack.
I thought it was likely that we could be losing if we didn't up our game.
Did the U.S. up its game?
No.
Why do you think that was?
Well, that was the period when they began to think about the surge in Iraq.
The war in Iraq had reached a crisis point, and that was where President Bush was about to commit more forces. The preoccupation with Iraq is captured in a 2006 memo from Defense Secretary Rumsfeld. I keep having meetings with General George Casey, the commander in Iraq, but I need more meetings with General Carl Eikenberry, the commander in Afghanistan. I need to know what he is doing. I have no idea. Several months later, Eikenberry sent a personal letter to Rumsfeld warning the war against the Taliban had reached a stalemate and the U.S. should rethink its goals. Rumsfeld told Eikenberry he thought it was an excellent letter, but I don't know what to do with it. In 2007, when then Joint Chiefs Chairman Admiral Michael Mullen made his first trip to Afghanistan, a sergeant told him he was seeing his men crumble under the stress of too much fighting with too little equipment. According to notes taken by an aide, one commander asked for 34 more helicopters. Mullen responded, "There's nothing on the shelf for Afghanistan," as he recalled in an interview just before he left office.
We were just limited on what we could send to Afghanistan based on the priority that the Iraq War had at the time.
Since then, President Obama has pulled all U.S. troops out of Iraq and sent a surge of 30,000 more into Afghanistan. The surge forces are back out now, leaving the U.S. with 68,000 troops still there. Afghanistan 2012 is a very different war from the one which began in 2001. Then the Taliban were trying to hold ground in the face of American air power. Now it is the Americans operating out of fixed positions in the face of hit-and-run Taliban attacks.
Now the shoe's on the other foot. Now we're trying to hold ground.
The tables were turned.
Tables were turned.
One thing has not changed. The Taliban, with their sanctuaries in Pakistan, still have not been defeated. David Martin, CBS News, The Pentagon.